Assalamu alaikum, my little creatives, and welcome to our art adventure. Today we're going to be making a Bismillah blossom. As we craft, we're going to be learning the importance of the word Bismillah. You excited? You're going to need a pair of scissors, coloured pens and pencils, glue and tape, and a straw, and some coloured paper. Should we get started?
Did you know that one simple word can make everything you do feel more special and blessed? And that word is Bismillah. Have you heard of it? Well, today we're going to be making a Bismillah blossom. So right now I'm making the petals. I'm gathering up all the coloured paper. I'm drawing the shape that I want my petals to be. And I'm going to cut it out. Let's go back to the word Bismillah. Do you know what it means? Amazing! It means in the name of Allah. So every time we say Bismillah, we're remembering Allah and asking for His help in what we're about to do. It's like saying, Allah, I'm doing this for you. Please guide me and bless my effort. Now we've got our beautiful petals. I'm cutting out a circle for the centre of the flower. And then I'm going to move on to cutting out the leaves. Did you know Muslims all around the world say Bismillah before doing anything important? Can you think of something that you say Bismillah before you do? Amazing! Eating! Exactly! So eating and drinking. We also say Bismillah before studying or even going on an exciting adventure. But when exactly should we say Bismillah? And why is it so important? Let's explore together. Imagine this. You're just about to eat your favourite meal. Maybe something delicious like biryani, or even a tasty sandwich. Before you dig in, you pause for a moment and say Bismillah. Do you know what happens when you do that? You're reminding yourself that Allah is the one who provided that food for you. Allah gave us the rain to grow the crops, the farmers to plant and harvest, and even the people who cook the food. Saying Bismillah shows that we are thankful, and it also protects our food from being taken by shaitan. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to always say Bismillah before eating or drinking, so that our food is blessed and beneficial, and it has Barakah. Now, let's think about another time when we say Bismillah. Have you ever tried doing something that feels a little tricky? Like riding your bike for the first time or learning a new skill? Before you begin, say Bismillah. It's like asking Allah to help you succeed. When you say Bismillah, you're not alone. You have Allah's guidance with you. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, every important thing that does not begin with Bismillah is incomplete. This means that when we say Bismillah, our actions are more meaningful and full of blessings. Let's start off by writing Bismillah in the centre of our flower. Now moving on to the petals, we're going to be drawing times when we say Bismillah. So can you think of a time when you said Bismillah? I'll start off. I say Bismillah before reading the Quran. So I'm going to draw a picture of the Quran. To understand the importance of Bismillah, let me tell you a story about a boy named Ahmed. Ahmed was a curious and adventurous boy who loved exploring the forest near his house. One day, he decided to build a tree house, but Ahmed's grandfather, who was sitting nearby, stopped him and said, "Ahmed, have you said Bismillah before starting?" Ahmed scratched his head and said, "Why, Grandpa, I'm just building a tree house." Grandpa smiled and explained, "Ahmed, when you say Bismillah, you're asking Allah to protect you and help you. Imagine if you accidentally hurt yourself or the treehouse didn't turn out right. But when you remember Allah and say Bismillah, you'll feel calmer, safer, and more focused. It's like starting your work with Allah's blessings." Ahmed nodded and said, "Bismillah," before hammering the first nail. Do you know what happened next? Everything seemed easier. The treehouse turned out strong and beautiful, and Ahmed felt so proud. From that day on, he made it a habit to say Bismillah before starting anything new, whether it was building, playing, or even studying for a test. That's a beautiful drawing you've drawn. I've finished with my Quran, so now let's go on to the next petal. When is another time that you say Bismillah? I say Bismillah before wearing new clothes. So I'm going to draw a picture of a t-shirt. So what happens if you forget to say Bismillah? Don't worry, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us a special solution. If you forget to say Bismillah at the start of your meal, for example, you can say Bismillah fi awwilihi wa akhirihi. Repeat with me now. Bismillah fi awwilihi wa akhirihi, which means in the name of Allah, in its beginning and end. This shows that it's never too late to remember Allah and ask for His blessings. So remember, when you forget to say Bismillah when eating, you can say Bismillah fi awwilihi wa akhirihi. Let's move on to our next petal. We talked about eating. So I'm going to draw a picture of food and water. What are you going to draw? Did you know saying Bismillah is also a way to keep shaitan away from us? The Prophet, peace be upon him, explained that shaitan loves to join us in our actions if we forget to remember Allah. But when we say Bismillah, shaitan runs far away. Isn't that amazing? It's like having a shield that protects us from bad things. Now, let's practice. Can you think of some moments in your day when we should say Bismillah for our next petal? How about before you get out of bed in the morning? Or before you start your homework? Or even before you brush your teeth? You might have even said Bismillah before drawing or cutting out the petals. Each time you say it, you're bringing Allah into your day and making your actions full of blessings. And here's a little secret. Saying Bismillah can also make you brave. There was once a companion of the Prophet named Ali. May Allah be pleased with him. He was known for his courage in battles. Before stepping onto the battlefield, he would always say Bismillah, trusting that Allah would protect him. When you feel nervous about anything, a big test, a doctor's appointment, or meeting new people, just say Bismillah and take a deep breath. You'll feel stronger and more confident because you know Allah is with you. So let's move on to our third petal. What are you going to draw now? I'm going to draw a tap and me washing my hands because I say Bismillah before I make wudu. If you want to know the steps to making wudu, I've made a mini wudu guide on my page. You can go and watch my video anytime. One of the best ways to get barakah in our lives is by saying Bismillah. And barakah is blessings. But what does that really mean? Let's say when you're eating and you say Bismillah, Allah blesses your food, which means it might fill your tummy and give you the energy that you need. And before studying, if you say Bismillah, Allah might help you understand better and remember more. Or even before playing, saying Bismillah can keep you safe while having fun. Barakah or blessings is when Allah makes something small feel like it's enough or even more than enough. Imagine having just one small sandwich, but it feels like you ate a huge meal. That's barakah. When you say Bismillah, you invite this kind of blessings into your actions. One day, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told a group of people to say Bismillah before eating. They listened, and even though there was only a little food, everyone ate and felt full. This is because Allah put barakah in their food when they said Bismillah. So we should always say Bismillah because it shows that we trust Allah. It reminds us to start everything with good intentions. And it brings barakah or blessings so we get the most out of what we're doing. On this next petal, I'm drawing a car because I say Bismillah before getting in the car so that Allah keeps me safe on the road. We've almost finished our Bismillah blossom. I hope you said Bismillah before starting this task. Now it's time to stick everything together using the straw and a glue stick. So my little creatives, saying Bismillah is such a small action, but it carries an incredibly powerful meaning and impact on our lives. It's not just about saying words. It's about inviting Allah's blessings and protection into everything we do. It reminds us to be grateful for what we have and to trust that Allah will guide and support us in every situation. When we say Bismillah, we acknowledge that everything we do is for Allah and that we need His help and guidance to succeed. Think about it. Just like Ahmed in the story, when you make Bismillah a habit, it can change the way you feel about even the simplest tasks. Starting your meal with Bismillah means your food will bring you more energy and satisfaction. Beginning your homework with Bismillah will help you focus and learn more easily. Even saying Bismillah before playing or having fun will protect you from harm and make your time more joyful. Allah's blessings are endless, and by saying Bismillah, you invite those blessings into your life. So let's make a promise together. From now on, let's say Bismillah before doing anything important, whether it's big or small. Imagine how much peace and happiness you'll feel when you start every action by remembering Allah. Not only will it help you focus, but it will also bring barakah and blessings into your life, making everything you do more meaningful and successful. And don't forget, Bismillah isn't just for when things are easy. It's also for when you feel nervous, scared or unsure. When you need strength or courage, saying Bismillah is like saying, Allah, I trust you to help me. Isn't it amazing to know that Allah is always with you, ready to guide you through life's changes? So let's keep this promise. Start your day with Bismillah. Whisper it when you need help and say it again before you sleep. You'll see how much calmer, more confident and more blessed your life will become. Allah loves it when we say Bismillah because it shows we trust Him, seek His help and begin everything in His name.
Wow, look at the beautiful Bismillah blossom you made. I'm so proud of the amazing work you did today. Let's end with a short dua. Raise your hands and repeat after me. O Allah, bless us with Bismillah and make it the start of goodness in everything we do. Ameen. And I will see you guys in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.